Welcome to Club Wisdom 8. This is all about Shining Force heroes. Now, if you remember from the last video, we uncovered that Hive actually has already made one game. So this company that came out of nowhere in 2018 made a game, and it's no small game, it's Agresco. And whether it's done well or not, I don't know. But the point that they've been able to make a game and keep quite true to it is impressive, to say the least. What will happen to Agresco, I don't know. And with Netflix making games at the moment, I have a feeling Hive and Netflix could work together. What does this mean for Shining Force? Could be very interesting. Either way, we need to know more about Hive, so let's dig in. Now, let's see what actually Hive's website is about. They're called Hive Creative, so that helps to make me think they're a creative company. And here is their website. Actually, I completely forgot what their website was like, and I can see why. Right, something about this website is a bit weird. Like, why would it provide a Google map? Okay, so let's either way find out about the company. I'll click on it in the top right. There's some tiny bits of English, but still very Japanese. So maybe what I can do is, yeah, I think I can translate the page. Let's have a quick look at creating. Okay, interest and fun. Okay, so that's a nice philosophy for a Japanese company. They really were established in 2018. Now the director, Lee Don-yochi, I might have to look into him. He might have a... well, he's definitely... this company is behind buying the IP for Shining Force, so he's the one who okayed it. Next, 100 million yen is their capital. I think that's just the capital to make any company, just a beginning capital, whatever, something like that. Who knows? And they're based in Tokyo. Now, I don't know about the building, but I can tell you the building looks... I don't think it looks like that. I think they showed some little building. Anyway, overseas. So, this is very interesting. Hive is developing global services with Vespa. So they're developing global services with Vespa. More like they're developing global services under Vespa. But now they're like, we're working with Vespa. It's like what, Hive think they are the owners? Well, clearly they're not. Either way. And you can see it here. So this must be a translation error. So Vespa own everything. So Vespa with Hive. Vespa with Bombus. Don't know Bombus. Super Colony and Next Sighting Studio. I think Next Sighting Studio and Hive made the game I just talked about. So what's important about this information is I need to know personally. I want to know who are the developers behind Shining Force. Who's involved. Now, if you ask me, if Hive and Vespa are directly working together, that probably takes out these three companies. However, I am going to have to look at these three companies because I need to know what's going on here. And Vespa, the Korean headquarters, Vietnam and US corporations. So, although I haven't looked at Bombus and Super Colony or whatever, I do believe, yeah, maybe one is related to... maybe Bombus is still in Korea, maybe this company's in Vietnam, maybe this company's in the US, I don't know. But Vespa are either opening companies or probably buying companies. However, maybe these were all opened in 2018. Who knows? Now, listed on the Kosdaq, okay, so Vespa does make a lot of cash. And they were listed in 2018. That's interesting. Oh, damn it, it's these... That must be American, I guess. So, they were listed 2018, I guess, March. I guess it's March if it's on like the American version, March, and then April, May, June. So June they established Hive. So perhaps when they were listed on the Kosdaq, they could have used the finances to help establish Hive. Maybe they used their finances to do other things. Now, who in the world would want to invest in Vespa? What in the world is Vespa anyway? We'll come to that later. As apart from like, you know, Vespa being like a James Bond villain, yeah, there's so much information not available about the company. So I don't know how it could have even like been put on that kind of thing. Anyway, so I like the logo of Hive. And let's continue now and notice. Again, so do we have any information about games? Oh, I can confirm with you that's going to be nothing. Services. Okay, what services do they offer? Okay, this looks pretty good. So let's use my other mouse and let's figure this out. Right, game business and licensing business. Okay, so with regard to development of Japanese IP for domestic and overseas. So they develop and multi-deployment of owned IP. So put it this way, they did purchase the IP. This Hive definitely purchased the IP. It wasn't Vespa. So licensing business. So is it that Hive purchased the IP for Shining Force and then multi-deployment? So is it that they're working on the IP of Shining Force with Vespa, or they bought the IP and just gave it to Vespa to work on it? This is a question. Next, let's talk about the game business. Titles for smartphones and PCs. Well, planning, operation and development of the games. So that's quite interesting. So they actually do... Okay, so they do have some kind of development team. How big is this company though? And it says they're mainly involved in these businesses. So games. Now, isn't this interesting? King's Raid. Isn't this interesting? Why is it interesting? Because where is the game where's the game Atsusko or whatever it's called? Where is that game gone? So when I like noticed people talking about Shining Force and Hive and Vespa, most people just came up with King's Raid. But actually, this is a game made by Vespa. And I'm even going to go further. It's not even made by Vespa. You're not going to believe the background to this game. And that worried me a lot about Shining Force. So these are the services, generally speaking, that seem to be more related to Vespa than to Hive. But either way, this is what Hive say they do. Interesting. Finally, recruitment. I personally thought from recruitment I could find out if they're recruiting people related to Shining Force. However, it's a bit more difficult than that. Because if you want to be recruited by them, you actually have to send them an email. You have to email them and give them your resume. Either way, the image of the person Hive wants. Leadership. Immerse yourself, trust and flexibility. Now, this doesn't signify to me that Hive are doing much to make games. This signifies that they're quite a big corporate environment, or they just say we need people who will trust and have the flexibility to listen to every boss and do what they say. And there's no recruiting here. but I did try and get into more information, and yeah, you have to send your resume. So there's nothing I can really find with regard to who is working on Shining Force. And it gives me the idea that Hive have this separate development team, or it's Vespa making it. So very, very confusing company. Thank you for tuning in to Club Wisdom 8. I'm sure you might have a lot of questions. Please write them out in the discussion board. I'm really happy to look into them and get some more feedback from you guys. So yeah, and please subscribe to Club Wisdom 8. Next video we're going to be looking into Vespa. We're going to be seeing what they have to offer to this game and whether we believe they're going to be the ones producing it. Very interesting indeed. Thank you. Over and out. Club Wisdom 8.